now?
Vencer Crisostomo, I'm the national chairperson of Anakbayan, Philippines. Today is a nationally coordinated protest day for the youth in the Philippines against the intensifying, worsening education crisis in the Philippines, the rising costs of education, commercialization of education, and budget cuts in the education spending by the Aquino administration. Second, it's one day before the anniversary of the Maguindanao massacre. So impunity still reigns and human rights violation reigns in the Philippines under Noynoy Aquino. Noynoy Aquino has done nothing to ensure the justice for victims of human rights violations and human rights abuses, and perpetuates the human rights abuses in the Philippines through its military Oplan Bayanihan. So basically, the Palparan type of killings, the impunity, the military repression, and extrajudicial killings continue. 114 extrajudicial killings in the Philippines, and many cases of human rights violations recently. And third, we are here to protest the continuing and intensifying U.S. military intervention in the country. Lately, it has been in the news that the U.S. contractors were dumping toxic waste in Subic, and the president has done nothing and has spoken nothing about it. So he thumps his chest when it comes to China in terms of encroaching on our sovereignty, but is silent when it comes to the United States violation of our independence and sovereignty. So today, the youth and students in the Philippines are holding nationwide protests, and this is also in preparation for bigger protests on November 30 and a camp out on December 5 to 7 in the Philippines, and a big mobilization on December 10 the International Human Rights Day. So we're preparing and we're working towards bigger protest actions, mobilizations, because the situation in the Philippines is really worsening. This is the time when students are dropping out of their schools because they won't be able to pay their loans. This is the time when, for instance, UP has issued a new memo prohibiting students from entering their campuses if they haven't paid their tuition fees. This is irregular for a public university wherein students are really used to getting loans because of high tuition costs. And this is also the time when CHED has in fact ordered the National Bureau of Investigation to blacklist all students who haven't paid their dues in the CHED's loan program. Imagine that, the CHED and the government itself criminalizing those who are being victimized by soaring tuition rates and high tuition costs because of their doing, because they have failed to regulate the tuition rates and they have cut spending for education. So the Philippine youth are outraged by these types of policies, and also on top of this, the government is implementing an MRT, LRT fare hike. They are implementing various forms of taxes and increase in revenue from the pockets of the working people, and they are pressing down the wages. They're slashing the wage levels, minimum wage levels, from around 404 pesos down to around 250 pesos now. So while they're pulling up the prices, they're pressing down the wages of our workers, and this is really cause for indignation and protest for the youth and the Filipino people. So we are appealing and calling on the Filipino youth in the US to join us in solidarity and intensify our struggle for the rights and welfare of the Filipino youth and the Filipino people, and for genuine national democracy, for the furtherance of the national democratic struggle in the Philippines, and for a socialist future in the nation. So we hope and we will congratulate the Anakbayan USA and the various youth organizations in the USA for your great strides and victories during the past few months and few years. And we hope, and we are hoping, we trust that you will be able to consolidate these gains, expand further the organization, and support in a bigger way the struggles of the Filipino youth in the Philippines. And kamusta sa mga kasama, mahigpit na kamay at yakap sa inyo, isang taas kamaong pagbati po mula sa inyong mga kasama dito sa Anakbayan. Lumalakas, lumalawak, lumalaban, Anakbayan. Mabuhay po ang mga kabataang lumalaban.
Thank you.